Sorayâ Esfandiary-Bakhtiary was born on June 22, 1932, in Isfahan, Iran. She was the daughter of Khalil Esfandiary-Bakhtiary, an Iranian ambassador to West Germany, and Eva Karl, a German aristocrat. Sorayâ's mixed heritage granted her a unique perspective, combining Persian nobility and European sophistication. Sorayâ's life took a dramatic turn when she met Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, the Shah of Iran, in 1950. The couple quickly fell in love, and their engagement was announced in October of the same year. Sorayâ married the Shah on February 12, 1951, becoming the Queen of Iran. Her beauty and elegance made her a beloved figure both in Iran and internationally. As queen, Sorayâ was known for her style and grace. She became a fashion icon, often gracing the pages of international magazines. However, her marriage to the Shah faced significant challenges, primarily due to her inability to produce an heir. Despite undergoing various treatments and consultations, Sorayâ was unable to conceive, leading to increasing pressure on the royal couple. In March 1958, after 7 years of marriage, Sorayâ and the Shah divorced. The Shah's need for an heir to secure the Pahlavi dynasty was the primary reason for their separation. Heartbroken, Sorayâ left Iran and eventually settled in Europe. Following her divorce, Sorayâ attempted to build a new life away from the Iranian court. She pursued a career in acting and appeared in a few European films. Despite her efforts, Sorayâ remained a tragic figure, often reflecting on her lost love and the life she left behind in Iran. Sorayâ authored several books, including her memoirs, The Palace of Solitude and Le Palais des Solitudes, where she candidly discussed her life, her marriage to the Shah, and her experiences as Queen of Iran. These works offered a poignant insight into the personal struggles and the complexities of life in the Iranian royal family. Sorayâ Esfandiary-Bakhtiary passed away on October 26, 2001, in Paris, France. She was 69 years old. Her death marked the end of a life marked by both grandeur and sorrow, leaving behind a legacy of grace, beauty, and resilience. Sorayâ's story remains a poignant chapter in the history of Iran, symbolizing the intersection of tradition and modernity, as well as the personal costs of political imperatives. 73 years ago, on February 12, 1951, 2 days before the most romantic day of the modern calendar, the Shah of Iran married Sorayâ Esfandiary-Bakhtiary at the Golestan Palace in Tehran. Just 7 years later, in 1958, the couple divorced and Sorayâ would inherit the epithet, the princess with the sad eyes. The story goes that the recently divorced prince, who was formerly married to Princess Fawzia of Egypt, had fallen in love with a picture of the 18-year-old Sorayâ and hastily invited her to his palace to have dinner with the Queen Mother, Taj el-Muluk. Following the evening, Sorayâ's father reportedly told her, "The Shah liked you very much. Are you ready to marry him?" The next day, the couple were engaged, with the Shah proposing to Sorayâ with a 22.37-carat diamond engagement ring. Sorayâ's German and Catholic upbringing made her the object of much distrust in the country, with Muslim clerics saying the Shah should not marry this half-European girl who was not raised a Muslim. Many years later Sorayâ would write, "I was a dunce. I knew next to nothing of the geography, the legends of my country, nothing of its history, nothing of the Muslim religion." After the bride was taken ill by a bad case of typhoid fever, the wedding was postponed from December 27, 1950 to February 12, 1951, 2 years after their initial meeting. Although Sorayâ wasn't entirely well by the second date, the decision was made that the wedding must go ahead. As legend goes, the Shah brought her a jewel every day during her battle with typhoid, placing his gifts on her pillow. The nuptials took place at Golestan Palace. The bride wore a Christian Dior gown, made with 37 yards of silver lame studded with pearls, 6,000 diamond pieces, and 20,000 marabou feathers. She matched the dress with a jacket and veil for the ceremony, with the creation reportedly weighing 20 kilograms. In fact, so heavy was the dress that midway through proceedings one of Soraya's ladies-in-waiting took scissors to the train in an attempt to make it lighter. Following the ceremony, both jacket and veil were exchanged for an emerald and diamond parure, and the crown jewels were added. Given it was mid-February and the palace was unheated, by the evening the bride was given a mink cape to keep her warm and wool socks to hide beneath her dress. 7 years later, after Queen Soraya had failed to provide the Shah with a male heir, doctors had informed her she would not be able to conceive. For many years, the couple were forced to separate. In 1958, the Shah tearfully announced their divorce. Soraya said, "It was a sacrifice of my own happiness." A year later he married again to Farideba, with whom he had 4 children, including 2 boys. Ironically, his heir turned out to be unnecessary. Following the political uprisings in 1978 and 1979, the Islamic Republic succeeded his regime. The Shah died a year later in July 1980. With the title of HRH Princess Soraya of Iran and ample financial support, the princess lived out her life as a globe-trotting socialite in Europe. She even had a brief stint as an actress, starring in the 1965 movie I Tre Volti, The Three Faces. She also appeared as a character named Soraya in the film She. During her final years, Soraya lived in Paris on 46 Avenue Montaigne. She often attended parties hosted by the Duchesse de la Rochefoucauld and enjoyed drinking at the bar of the Hotel Plaza Athénée, located opposite her apartment. She was often accompanied by other glittering society figures, including another Parisian socialite of the era, Lily Claire Saran. Despite her gilded lifestyle, Soraya was unable to find genuine happiness. A romantic relationship with director Franco Indovina was cut short by his tragic death in a plane crash. When she found out that her former husband lay dying of cancer in the late 70s, she wrote to him, saying she still loved him and would like to see him. He wrote back, expressing his desire to see her too. By the time she reached him in Iran, he was already dead. The love story between them led to historian Abbas Milani describing the pair as true star-crossed lovers.